All right, guys, welcome back to another session of Motivational Monday. Today, we're going to be talking about, I'm going to split this up into two sessions. You're not going to be able to read it from your screen, but this is an exercise that I've done with my staff, and it's been pretty impactful for them, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So we're going to go through the first 5 today, and then next week, I'll finish up with the other 5 for you. So, how to create lasting change. Number 1 is to determine what's really driving you. And in my last video, I talked about how, when I worked over at ServiceMaster, I was driven to want to provide my kids, my 3 daughters, with private school, and I couldn't afford it, right? So I created this goal for myself that said, this is the reason I'm going to do what I have to do to get where I want to get to, because that's what was driving me. So now you have to determine for yourself, what's driving you? Right? Pick a goal for yourself or multiple goals as to why it's a must for you to change, why it's a must for you to continue to drive yourself. And that must and that why is up here all the time serving you. So even in the days that you don't want to get up out of bed, right? Mondays, Wednesdays, whenever that is, you don't want to get up, this thing here that you've determined what it is, that's what drives you. Secondly, create empowering meanings in any circumstance. Here's what this means, is that too often we go through life and, we get some bumps in the road. We don't make a sale, right? Or a client calls upset, or we get into an argument with a coworker or a family member. Those things can really bring us down. And so what we have to realize is that just because those things are happening, we can label the meaning. Okay, we label the meaning that it actually means to us. And so in circumstances, I had one recently where I had this discussion with this one client, and we ended up disagreeing, but we respected where we came from. And the reality for me is I had to then look at myself and say, okay, what have I learned from this? Instead of saying, oh, this went terribly bad, or I'm a bad person, or that person's a bad person, right? Because oftentimes we want to point the finger, right? Really look at it and say, okay, what empowering meaning can this mean to me? How can I grow out of this process, out of missing the sale, out of the argument, or whatever it is, instead of looking at this like, this is a bad thing. Look at it like, this is an opportunity for me to learn and to grow. To learn and to grow. All right, so number 3, expand your own identity for what's possible. And here's, in the simplest ways, here's one of the things that we've come up with, is transform from someone who needs help to someone who gives help. From someone who needs help to someone who gives help. So expand your own identity that way. So instead of always being the one that's the receiver, like, let me just get information from this person, or help from this person, or help from that person, be the giver. Be the one helping as well. And this is how you begin to expand, right? If you want love, give love, right? You've probably heard that before. If you want money, give money, right? Maybe you've heard that, maybe you haven't. But this is the practice of it. This is the practice of it. So then, number 4, realize that it's not a matter of changing yourself. Realize that it's not a matter of changing yourself. It's simply learning to be yourself. And what I remember is one of the first times that I went out to lunch. I was brand new in the industry, probably 4 months old in the industry, and I came from a carpet installation background. That used to be my trade. And the boss at the time, he says, hey, we're gonna go to lunch with an adjuster. I thought, I'm 24, 25 years old. What do I know? Why do I want to be in front of an adjuster? I don't even know what to say. So, but he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. He saw something in me that I couldn't see myself. And be mindful of that too. There are other people around you that see things in you that you cannot see, and so they push you, and it feels uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable. And they're not pushing you because they are upset with you or they're trying to push you into a direction that you don't need to go to. They're pushing you because they see something in you that you can actually accomplish if you just are pushed in that direction. So we had lunch with this adjuster. I'm completely uncomfortable. At the time, we have a place setting. I don't know which fork to use because two of them are lined up. I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't belong here at this lunch. And when we left, my boss says to me, hey, OP, you just need to be yourself. You just need to be yourself. And I thought, what a great concept that is. Just be yourself, right? It's not a matter of changing yourself. It's a matter of just being yourself. When you're actually okay and comfortable with yourself, you come off very natural. You come off believable, okay? And people feel like they can connect with you. It's when you're faking the funk that you're not transparent. People can't trust you. They kind of get the feeling that you're not being truthful with who you really are. Okay, so the last one for today is teach yourself to create the change that you desire. Teach yourself to create the change that you desire. How do you do that? Teach yourself to create new habits. Create new habits. If it's sales that you want, create new sales habits, right? Every morning when you get up, make your 20 sales calls before noon. Focus on that. If you want to make more sales, that is the way to do it, right? Develop your little key performance indicator to tell you exactly where you are. Measure yourself every single day, multiple times a day. It's not that difficult. Focus on what it is that you want and drive yourself there. It's not going to be comfortable at times. You're not going to feel like making the sales calls. You're not going to feel like making the cold calls. You're going to get hung up on. People are going to say, I don't need you. I've been talking to 50 people today. Why do people like you keep bothering me? All that negativity you have to block out. You have to be consistent in whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So that's it for today. I will catch you guys next week. Take care.